What's up, dude?
What are you wearing?
I said it 5, Boston Celtics in 5. Welcome back to Saturday Morning Cartoons, motherfucker. Let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Saturday Morning Cartoons, your new favorite podcast, the greatest one of all time. I am Dougie McDoubles, the Marvel Master, and next to me is the DC Don Dada, my best friend in the entire world, Ray McFlurry II. How you doing, my friend?
We are one of the podcasts that gets posted to YouTube weekly.
We are
among them.
We are one of the greatest among them.
them,
You know,
yes.
there's a lot of greats, and we're one of them.
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I'm doing a little bit better than I would imagine. Daddy Halliburton today. Tyrese Halliburton's father.
What a nutcase,
got
dude.
into a little bit of a scuffle with Giannis Antetokounmpo, of all people in the world to want to fight. It's maybe the scariest man in the NBA besides LeBron or
Isaiah Stewart.
or Beef Stew.
or
you
Beef
know,
Stew, baby.
like there are 3 men you shouldn't fuck with,
And
and
that's one of them.
he picked one. He picked one of them, man.
Insane.
Insane first round.
Yeah.
Insane first
Bucks
round.
getting swept.
And again, first round.
First round.
You dressed up as if the finals had just ended. I feel like.
No, because
How are you gonna one up it?
everyone.
Are you just counting on them to be a one and done
How
kind
dare
of thing?
How
Or
dare you? No, dude.
You got more shit on Temu coming?
Yeah,
or
dude. Of
like-
course I do. Are you crazy?
Okay.
Yeah. What? Come
Got
on,
some
dude.
Flavor Flav shit coming in. Like,
Maybe.
You got to top it now, man.
Maybe. Of course I do. Come on, dude. Out of your mind. No, dude. I'm pumped. Boston 1-5. They beat Orlando. I can't believe anyone started screaming, "We want Boston." No, the fuck you don't. Peyton Pritchard can go off 6th man of the year. You understand? We can have Baylor Schuster come out there and whoop your ass. We can have Jordan Walsh come out here and whoop on it. You don't understand what we signed.
Yeah, I
JD
fuck with the
Davidson
little,
just to sit the bench.
Jordan Walsh.
You know, hey, Jordan.
I
Hey,
fuck with a little Jordan Walsh.
you know what I'm saying? Hey,
Charlie Villanueva Jr.
dude, I want Baylor Schuster on the fucking podcast so bad. He's number 55. He's a white man. He's just a fucking hooper, dude. Just a hooper.
Oh, he's a white man and beloved by Boston. I wonder why.
How dare you? How dare you? This man's just got swagger, dude. He's a Boston version of AR.
Okay. No, I feel that.
Yeah, dude, I'm very excited. Boston 1-5. We I don't know who the fuck we play next, but it doesn't matter, dude, because we're gonna fucking
Doesn't
kill it.
matter.
Doesn't matter, dude. We're winning in 5.
What do you think of the Magic? I'm kind of surprised. I feel like since, and this is how I'm going to base it, since high school, when I started playing 2K, I feel like the Magic have always been like, man, they're going to be exciting next year. And then they're just never are. Like, And then they've got the core of Paulo Banchero, and they've got Anthony Black, and they've got
Wagner. And stuff like that.
Franz Wagner. They've got
Wendell
Cole Anthony,
Cole
don't they?
Anthony,
Like
Wendell
they got
Carter
a nice
Jr.
core.
They've got a good squad.
They got a good
You know-
squad. Made the playoffs, which I didn't expect. Which I didn't follow the NBA too close this year. So the playoffs, I thought the Rockets were still shitty. I didn't know that they were good all of a sudden. I remember when they had that one Jalen Green kid maybe, and he was just chucking like crazy, and they sucked. But
Now-
they got the Thompson twin or something.
They have Amin.
There's Almond and
Thompson.
Asur, right?
Yeah,
the other
they
guy's in Detroit.
Yes, they have Amin. I always forget how to pronounce his name. They have Amin. They've got Freddie Bear Van Fleet, dude. They got Freddie.
Oh,
Van
do they
Fleet.
really?
They got
I
Sengun. They have they've got
Alfred
they've got a
Sengun.
squad. Isn't fucking Steven Adams still on that team?
Dog, I have no idea where.
Like
Steven
I'm almost
Adams
positive
is.
Steven. No, yeah, because they did a hack a Shack the other night on him.
Oh, okay.
They get him to shoot free throws because they're playing the Warriors right now.
Right.
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy. I'm impressed. You know what sucks, dude? With how good Austin Reeves is. You know how disrespectful it is that Reed Shepard got sent down to the G League, dude. That Austin Reeves is just doing what he wants, and everyone
Wasn't he the one that was going to get traded?
Yeah, no.
Or no, that was Dalton.
No,
Knecht,
and Dalton
wasn't it?
Knecht
Okay, yeah.
got injured and hasn't done shit since.
Yeah, dude, that whole thing was fucked.
That's
How could you
devastating.
ever go back in that locker room after they traded you and then the trade got voided?
I watched the
How could you ever?
04 Boston Red Sox documentary
Mhm.
where they won with like Big Papi and Kevin Millar and like Manny Ramirez and shit like that. And Nomar Garcia Parra, let me tell you, dude,
yeah.
I knew about one
Goat
shortstop
name.
growing up. Nomar Garcia Parra. That man was a bad shortstop. That was a bad motherfucker, dude. And I
Okay.
remember my dad said, I can't believe they lost. Why would they trade him? Man. And to see the first trade for Nomar go through and then the MLB decline it and he have to go back and do a whole season.
That'd be awful.
It'd
be terrible,
and then
man.
they traded him like a season and a half later. Like
Yeah.
after the trade got vetoed, they traded him again. Like I can't imagine what the locker room. You know what I mean? Like what
dude,
poor
no,
Dalton
that'd be-
Connect, dude.
That'd be tough to go back to, man.
Yep. The NBA playoffs have been really, really exciting recently. Honestly, like I'm excited. One team you were talking about teams like, hey, during 2K, you've always understood like certain teams you just don't play with, like the Magic. You can try, but they are good 2K teams, but they're not the best if you know how to use them. Like the Kings, DeMarcus Cousins, Rudy
Oh
Gay,
yeah,
lethal.
Yeah. There's so many good.
And a good Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond on the Pistons. You know what I mean? But they weren't worth a damn. And then out of nowhere, you're like, wait a
For
second.
that half a season, man, Blake Griffin was LeBron.
Dude.
He was really trying as hard as he could, and you could tell.
Yep.
He was so fucking. He just
was
signed a
hitting dirt
max
faders
deal.
and 3-pointers and still
He
not
was
dunking
going nuts,
and still
man.
all-star team. You're like,
Yeah.
what?
He was going nuts.
Knowing Blake Griffin made the all-star game, knowing that he wasn't dunking that season, you're like, that just proves
That's
how
a different
good.
level player.
Yeah, 100%.
If he would have had to do that his whole career, what could he have been? You
Dude.
know, but
Oh my god.
getting to be Lob City for the first 5-6 years, really, he didn't have to improve that much.
The Pistons have been doing very, very well, dude. Like Cade Cunningham, I've always been a fan.
I haven't. I've been disgusted. I've been disgusted because God, I watched him at Oklahoma State. And I know he was 1, Moses Moody was 2 coming out of high school, and I always thought, because I'm a homer, Moses Moody was a Razorback.
Yep.
I was like, he's going to be such a much better pro.
Here's the thing.
And he has not in the slightest been a much better pro.
I bet in ones, I bet Moses Moody's better. When it comes down to running ones,
I don't know.
You know what I mean? But like when it
Moses Moody was cold at Arkansas.
Certain players are better ones than they are team players. That's what I'm implying. Because Cade Cunningham, that's a bad motherfucker. And I said it since he was drafted, and everyone's been like, dude, he's on the Pistons. Nothing's gonna matter.
Yeah.
And now look at him, baby. I love it, dude. They are just ruthless, and I love this shit. Also,
it stinks that I'm so like not into the NBA now because this is like.
I know. I've declined 4 different Jazz jerseys off Temu for you.
When I was into the NBA, there were like 3 Arkansas players in the league. It was Joe Johnson, it was Ronnie Brewer for a short amount of time, and then it was Patrick Beverly, But like now in this day and age, since Musselman came to Arkansas and everything, like it's in the league now is like
a dozen.
Anthony Black's in the league, Nick Smith Jr., Daniel Gafford, Jalen Smith.
Both Jalen Williams.
Bobby Portis is still in the league.
Yeah, both Jalen Williams went to Arkansas. Both of them did.
No, just one did.
Just one?
Just one did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bobby Portis.
Bobby Portis is in the league. Like Jordan Walsh is in the league.
Yep.
We've got like Ricky Council III is in the league. Like there are so many fucking Arkansas players in the league. Plus like the ones we're sending this year, like the fucking Boogie Flan's going to the league, Adu Thero.
Oh yeah, dude, I forgot about that.
And possibly Carter
Knox.
Isaiah
Joe.
Isaiah Joe.
That's what I was trying to think of. I'm so sorry.
Mason Jones, I think, is in the G League. Like we have such a fucking cast of Razorbacks, and I couldn't give less of a shit about the NBA. Like I'll like a tweet from the Magic when it's Anthony Black scoring 23 or something, or I'll see a Charlotte Hornets post when Nick Smith Jr. goes off or something.
Right.
But I just can't care, dude. Like it sucks that this is like. I don't know. This is like the prime for Arkansas NBA, and I don't give a fuck.
No, I think you'll get more into it next year. I think with more growing, with less things you have to focus on to get done like in the beginning, I think you'll be able to sit back and like how you are with college basketball. I think you'll be 70%, maybe 50% more into basketball. Because where were you a year ago? You were trying to get everything done compared to, you know what I mean? Like before you had the house, you weren't watching basketball at all, like high school or NBA basketball at all when you were where I was.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, as you progress...
I don't know if I'll ever get back into NBA, though.
No,
because college
ball... I'm
ball...
gonna start coming over.
But college ball my interest never waned, like, it's always Hogs.
No, it's always... No,
and now it's
different.
like the Jazz.
Trash.
It sucks because my pro fandom's, like, I was a Browns fan, and then they traded for Deshaun Watson, and I can just never be a fan of them ever again.
Oh, yeah.
I can just never.
Also...
I can never be. And then the Jazz... Hey, man, I loved Rudy Gobert. I thought he was... overhated for how good a defender he was, and then he started NBA COVID lockdown, and I just can't respect him, dude. John Stockton, I was gonna name my kid Stockton if she was a boy, and that dude denied COVID's existence in the lockdown of COVID. I'm like, I can't respect a man like that.
And Karl Malone.
So and Karl Malone, I've never respected. This fuck Karl Malone.
Yeah.
This podcast,
we're
anti-Karl Malone.
Absolutely. The only two people that I've ever respected in my head that I know of off of the Jazz, Gordon Hayward, Jordan Clarkson.
Fuck Gordon Hayward.
Nah, dude.
Fuck Gordon
He played
Hayward.
in Boston, too. You know what I mean? I believe him.
I still remember where I was when I found out he signed with Boston.
Where were you?
I was at a birthday party for my young brother-in-law. He was like 11.
Wow.
And I was in a field with no service, and I knew he was announcing that day, and I had to kept walking like half a mile back to the house to get 1 bar of Wi-Fi to refresh it. And then I saw the Instagram notification that he was a Celtic, and I was just
devastated,
sick. I was disgusted with him.
Yeah.
I wasn't even mad. I was just like, why would you?
Why would you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? We gave you the keys. Who are you? You know.
You got a fucking stylist.
No, I don't like
Boston,
him. Fuck him.
You got a stylist for 1 season and fuck.
Also, there was a viral video of him that rubbed me the wrong way.
Which one?
The gender reveal one.
Oh yeah.
Where it was just like, oh, another girl. You know what I mean? Just like, come on, dog.
You're better than that.
Like, you know your wife's gonna post this. You're famous. You can't be like, okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'll pay for her diapers. Fuck.
Speaking of the Browns, how do you feel about them getting Shadeur?
It's funny because I was gonna make this joke earlier. I was like, as good as the first round of the NBA playoffs have been, the viewership is probably about half of what the first 5 rounds of the NFL draft were because of the slide of Shadeur Sanders.
Yep. 2 things. What are your thoughts on him going to the Browns? And second, what do you think about the prank phone call?
Oh, to the Browns. The Browns are dumpster fire.
Thank you.
Couldn't be a worse situation for Shadeur.
Yep.
The quarterback room is currently, let me remind you.
Didn't they draft
Joe Flacco, Deshaun Watson, Kenny Pickett, who they traded for him from the Steelers, I believe.
Yep.
Dylan Gabriel, who they drafted in the 3rd round.
Yep.
And then 5th round, Shadeur Sanders. That is the worst quarterback room in the NFL, bar none. Like, there's no worse quarterback room than that. Number 2, what I think about the prank phone call, I think that white Ole Miss frat boy needs to be fucking whipped through the streets.
No!
Fuck that kid. No, he cost his dad $100,000 today. They fined the Falcons $250,000 for a breach of security, and they personally fined the defensive coordinator, Jeff Albright, for his son's getting into his iPad and getting Shadeur's number, doing the prank phone call, filming it, and posting it. Like, they directly fined the defensive coordinator, his dad.
Fuck.
Coordinators aren't making that, dude.
No.
$100K. Like, it's a legitimate. It was kind of funny. Like, if I was a teenager, it'd be the funniest thing ever. But as a parent, if my child cost me $100,000,
that's not funny at all.
I would.
Oh my god, I did not know that. I didn't know the fine and everything. That's devastating. Yeah. Oh my god.
I do think though, if it wasn't Deion's son. Well, I think we can directly say if it wasn't Deion's son, it wouldn't have been investigated because the tight end for the Penn State Nittany Lions, he was supposed to be the first one off the board. I think his name was Tyler Warren. He also got prank phone called, but he was supposed to go like 7, and he went like 12 or something. So it was like somebody prank phone called him from the first team that was really could have taken him. But then he still went like 6 picks later. So he said later, he's like, yeah, I got a prank phone call too. But it was just the same kind of not a big deal, but no one posted the video of it.
No one got fined.
Right. And he wasn't like live on stream like Shadeur was. Shadeur was on Twitch or whatever.
Yeah.
Or Shiloh was.
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
So it's a bigger deal that it would have been with somebody else because obviously Tyler Warren, it wasn't a big deal, but Shadeur was. But fuck that dumbass white Ole Miss frat kid, Jax Albright, I believe is his name. Let's spread that out there.
Jax Albright, what a piece of shit.
What a piece of shit. Which is funny. I actually saw one meme I thought that was really funny. It was the Homelander meme of where he's in the crowd after he kills the guy, and it's the very famous reaction meme. And it is Jax Albright didn't make the phone call. He's not the one talking in the video, but his friend has gotten no flack from it at all.
Oh,
Jax was in the background, and he's the son that got the number. But the meme was like, Jax's friend realizing like he's getting off scot-free, and it was the Homelander reaction meme. Yes.
Let's go.
Which is really funny because he really wasn't the one even talking, but it's some bullshit, man.
Man, yeah, the draft was insane. The Shadeur Sanders, I honestly can't believe it. The playoffs are underway right now. The Lakers, I believe, down 3-1 to
Lakers
the
are
Timberwolves.
down. Yeah, that's another very funny thing is they were holding vigils for the loss of Luka, and I mean, yeah, the Mavericks suck now, but it was funny to see like I think I even said it. How could Adam Silver let this trade go through? And they're gonna lose first round.
They denied the Chris Paul Kobe trade, but you're not gonna deny this trade. You're out of your mind.
Right, it's unreal. But yeah, it's kind of funny though. After the months and months of reactions, and they're probably gonna lose first round here. I can't even remember who they're playing. Oh, they're playing Anthony Edwards and the T-Wolves. Yeah.
Ugh.
It's funny as shit.
Now, man, we're currently filming this 2 days after this, but it has been, buddy, it has been 6 years since Captain America picked up the hammer in Avengers Endgame.
Oh, has it?
It is April 30th when we're filming this. 2 days ago, April 28th, on 2019, Captain America picked up the hammer and fought Thanos, and it was a beautiful moment in theaters. John and I grabbed each other's shirts in the chest, and we were like, "Oh!" Like, shout out my boy John. I love you, Dad. You were there
crazy.
for John and I were there for the Civil War moment where Spider-Man showed up for the first time. We watched the first Guardians of the Galaxy together. Like, we watched Thor.
Awesome,
like,
man.
That's my dog, dude. I can't wait for him to come down for Superman. Like, he's already took the time off. Like, he can't wait.
That's coming up soon, man. We're gonna have to rent a fucking van for Superman.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, it's gonna be.
We have to go to. I think we're going to the Tulsa or Broken Arrow or
We
whatever,
might have
where the
to.
closest AMC is. I'm not watching that fucking.
No.
I'm not watching a Malco, dude.
We'll go to Fayetteville.
Fuck Fayetteville, dude.
No, they have an AMC there. It's beautiful. The seats recline.
I'd rather go somewhere else.
All right. But speaking of Marvel and this, that, and the other, the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, we're about to go see that.
We are about to go see that tomorrow, and they officially really are getting their own Wheaties box.
Oh.
In the trailers, you know, Red Guardian, David Harbour, he's like, be heroes like one's on Wheaties box, you know?
I haven't watched a single trailer.
All the trailers have been kind of him. Like, that's what he's always wanted that throughout his entire thing. He just wants to be as highly regarded as Captain America because he was the Russian Captain. I'm Red Guardian. Come on. You know?
Okay.
And so apparently it is announced that the Thunderbolts are officially getting their own Wheaties cereal box.
That's
and it's
great,
just
dude.
like, hey, David Harbour, congratulations, buddy. You absolutely deserve it. Red Guardian, so cool. That's what I talk about. Let's go. It makes me so happy, dude. Shout out
funny,
to it.
Man.
I love this so much. It makes me so happy. And I don't have that much Marvel to get into technically. I
just have one or two things.
Okay, what you got?
Oh, it was just Kevin Feige said Avengers Doomsday officially begins filming tomorrow, which is a couple days ago.
Yep.
And I didn't realize that it hadn't began yet because that movie comes out within a year. Like one calendar year from when he said it's going to film tomorrow. The movie releases in theaters.
Yep.
That's really fucking crazy.
Yep, it'll be pushed back.
Gotta be.
Christmas.
I don't even know what the date is.
May? Or something like that.
Oh, yeah, it's May.
May 6th, something like that.
Hand
me that lighter.
Gonna be delayed. That is nuts.
Yep.
James Gunn is doing a full year of post-production. How are they doing 1 year from filming to release? That's fucking insane. Even if your shit's 85% green screen, that's still crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it really is. It's 100% done.
Is that normal Marvel? Like, is this a normal timeline for them, or is this really condensed?
I don't know, because they postponed Thor: Love and Thunder, and it was still horseshit. So at this point, who knows?
They're just like that. Yeah. Well, speaking of postpone, let's talk about this, because this was kind of a big thing. On the heels of Creature Commandos, obviously, G.I. Robot had a, of everybody, he's shown the brightest in the season. Super popular online, and in the midst of that, James Gunn had greenlit a Sergeant Rock movie. Sergeant Rock was like the leader of the platoon that G.I. Robot
was a part
of.
A little sure shot in everyone. Sergeant Rock, yes.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be, I think in the episode, Sergeant Rock was voiced by, who's James Bond?
Daniel Craig. It was supposed to be Daniel Craig.
Yeah, so he did it. He voiced him in the show for sure, didn't he?
No, it was someone else.
Oh, it was someone else.
Yes.
Okay,
That's who they were eyeing and specifically.
Oh, he was
for.
just be for the movie. Okay. So anyway, all of that to be said, they've canceled it.
Yep.
Soft canceled it. It already had like a director attached to it. I don't know how to say this guy's name.
Luka Guadagnino's Sergeant Rock movie has officially been canceled.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's already had a director attached to it. I know there was a lot of hype like when that director was attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
I say soft canceled because there was more news that came out about it. It's officially not canceled. It will be reassessed at the end of the year for a possible 2026 shoot. So I guess things just didn't come together on it quite like they thought it would. It says, here's the full quote on it. It says, it's unclear why the project has been shut down, although an insider said it came down to the project's scheduling needs because they had to shoot outdoors for it. So it's just like it didn't work out now, got to evaluate it next time we can shoot outdoors, which would be next calendar year.
Yes.
So it says, the insider said the project was not going away and would be reassessed at the end of the year for possible summer shoot in 26. Another source raised the possibility that the director remained untested in the realm of action movies, and even though the budget was in the realm of $70 million, higher-ups may have wavered in their confidence. But I don't think that's the case because it's a James Gunn. I think he's pretty much got control over it. I don't think $70 million for a Sergeant Rock movie is going to make higher-ups shit their pants.
Right.
So I think it's more the first thing. I think it's pretty heavy. They couldn't fit it into the shooting schedule now, so they had to push it back.
Yeah.
Which may work anyway because I don't think they were able to get Daniel Craig, even though they at first aimed to.
Yeah,
so,
I'm sure they're filming another Knives Out movie that he has to fucking take care of because of Netflix or something stupid.
You're probably right.
Like, I can only imagine. Yeah, it's been really... Seeing all this has been really odd lately. Like, honestly, I don't really know how I feel about it.
It's really strange. Yeah. So it was so far in that there was a little more news on it. Colin Farrell and Mike Faist were both cast. Colin Farrell, obviously, the Penguin. Mike Faist was from my favorite movie that we didn't go watch from last year, Challengers.
That's right.
So, yeah, they had director attached, several people cast. It says the film would have followed Sergeant Rock trying to find the Spear of Destiny, the spear used to stab Jesus during his crucifixions before the Nazis found it.
Insane.
Sounds insane.
Insane title.
So yeah, I don't think this is going away. I think it's just getting pushed back so they can film outdoors.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I don't know.
Without a doubt. I really hope this goes on. This continues. But speaking of Marvel, essentially, and DC, it was announced officially by some of the creators who helped create Sentry, Lewis Pullman and they asked Lewis Pullman on if Sentry could beat Superman and Homelander or Omni-Man in a fight. And the creator chimed in while Pullman was talking and said, I think he would tap out for some therapy. I feel like he has some imposter syndrome to be like, sorry, can we pause for this for 1 second? Give him a couple of years. I think in all reality, he would take all of them at the same time. He doesn't understand his full power, and the fact that he doesn't is even more dangerous. Okay. That's wild for you to say that.
That's a crazy quote.
Yep. You know, I'm down for it. Okay. If you think, what Superman? You know what I mean? Whatever. In other news, I want to get out of, to an extent, the superhero verse. I want to talk about someone I love very, very much, Kieran Culkin.
Yeah,
I love him, dude.
Kieran Culkin
Saw this
funny.
tweet and he made me giggle. By the way, met Kieran Culkin yesterday and thought I was going to explode. I told him he was my favorite actor, and he said, aim higher. And when I mentioned that I cried at his Oscar speech, he said, wow, I didn't even do that.
It's just the most Kieran Culkin thing ever.
That is the most
so
quote I've ever heard
funny.
in my life, Ray.
Almost me quote.
Is
I appreciate
yeah,
that.
like
That's
without a doubt.
It's very funny. Oh yeah, it cracked me up because he's been everywhere. You know, obviously he won the Oscar for that movie he did with Jesse Eisenberg.
Yup.
And he's just been so in the spotlight, and everything he says is funny. And this was especially funny that it wasn't from him at all. It was from secondhand source.
It's funny you said Jesse Eisenberg because as of today, the Now You See Me, Now You Don't trilogy, the final movie in the trilogy, has officially been released, the trailer, and I can't wait.
I would watch one of those movies every month for the rest of my life.
I'm with that.
It's so much fun.
Dude, I can't wait for you and I to go see that in theaters.
It's going to be great.
It's really great.
It's
like,
gonna
I'm
be
really
great.
pumped. The trailer was awesome. Dave Franco's back. Woody Harrelson's back. Isla Fisher's back, dude.
It's the best crew ever, dude.
Dude, even
It's
the
best
daughter,
crew.
the daughter from Barbie is in it. Like, she's the young,
Oh,
the
hell
young
yeah.
girl.
Okay.
And then old boy from the Get Down back in the day. He was from Netflix series. He was also in. Oh my goodness, he was in Dungeons and Dragons.
Right.
Yeah, he was in Jurassic World, that Chris Pratt series. But yeah, man, I'm really excited for this.
I'm fucking down.
Like, this is gonna be real, like, damn good, dude.
You know what else I'm excited for? Minecraft.
Oh my god,
The kids, like I say, the kids can change the world.
they changed the world, dude.
Hey, Minecraft listened. May 2nd, they're coming out with an additional showing of Minecraft.
Yep.
And this is described as the meme-along screening. So May 2nd, there's a sing-along, meme-along, block party edition of Minecraft, exclusively in theaters.
Oh my gosh.
And it's one where I guess you are encouraged to enjoy Chicken Jockey and all of the other timeless Minecraft jokes or whatever. So, yeah, they've seen the excitement and the viral trends, and they've actually harnessed it somehow in a not... It's corny, but it's not like...
way.
Yeah, it's not like Sony or Morbius did it.
Yeah,
It's-
hey, Sony, see, this is how you get a re-release. This is
Yeah.
how, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're re-releasing a movie that's still making so much money every week.
Oh my goodness, dude.
I would never in my life go to one of these. I'm
No.
probably not going to see the first, like the original one, but
We still didn't even see Borderlands.
no. And why would we?
Why would we?
And
Yeah,
why
right?
would we? But yeah, it's kind of funny. Like I said, kids can change the world when they get off Chat GPT, man.
Guys,
listen.
dude. Let's talk about Shogun for a second.
I would love to.
Because if it's one thing I know, my dog loves some Shogun.
I do love Shogun. It's very exciting. Obviously, we've talked about it in the past when it won all sorts of awards.
Yep.
When the actors won awards, they greenlit season 2 and 3, which was interesting because season 1 adapted the full book. And so now we have the first details about Shogun season 2.
Yes.
So to combat the running out of source material, what they've done is 10-year time skip. So season 2 is set 10 years after the final events of season 1. And if you'll remember, season 1 ends with Anna Sawai's character sacrificing herself and everything, and it sets everything up for Hiroyuki Sanada's character to become the Shogun.
Yep.
Right, and so we're going to be set 10 years after that. He's going to be well established. He's back as his character. Cosmo Jarvis is back as the Anjin. They're going to be the two main characters. That was them, and Anna Sawai was the 3 in season 1. She's dead, but 10-year time skip. Everybody's back. Filming begins January.
I think one of them dies, and then season 3, it's about the final main character. I think they might do it like that since they're going out of no source material, but they're doing it better than Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
and is there
a little more hopeful.
Is there any more worry? Is there any worry for you seeing Game of Thrones and knowing how that worked out with George R.R. Martin compared to last podcast, knowing that they finished the whole book, so they're going off of the writers now? Are you worried at all?
I'm not because it's a little bit different to me because they're working with the estate of the author. I guess the author's passed away, I'm assuming. So they're working with notes and stuff from the author, just like the people on Game of Thrones did. But the difference is they're not working on a second Shogun book actively as the show is like catching up. Right? It's a major difference to me because whatever Shogun season 2 is what it is. Right? Season 8 of Game of Thrones is not going to be the ending of the books. Right? So I think it's a big difference in how it could suck, but it's not going to suck because it's different from what we've read. It's going to be the TV writers fucked it up.
Right. Okay, that makes much more sense. Okay, I'm really excited for that.
I'm excited though because Cosmo Jarvis, he played I cannot remember his real name. They call him the Anjin because he's the white guy, and I think it means white beast or barbarian, whatever they call him. But he's like really not that active a part of the story. He was kind of like his pet. Like he was just
right.
Like he understood the cannons, and he was like a naval captain, so he kind of understood a little bit that they didn't. So he gave them a tiny bit of knowledge. But at the very end of the show, Sonata's character said like, they said, what do we do with the Anjin? And he said, I don't give a shit. I only kept him around because he slightly amused me, or something, like a real cold ass, like, you know,
Yeah.
even though he had like a tiny bit of, he had like a position in his military or something. But I'm really interested to see his character 10 years later. I don't know if he's going to actively be a part of it, or it's going to be like split stories and he's off somewhere else, or
This is going to be sick, dude.
I don't know,
like
man.
where he's progressed
I
in
don't know.
10 years time. That's going to be nuts. Some Oscar voters have said that they just press play on their screeners app to satisfy the viewing requirements, and then they mute the audio or switch tabs. The app only needs to see that you've watched it. It doesn't know if you're actually sitting there. Prime example of why everyone keeps winning these random fucking Oscars, and everyone's like, wow, this movie should have been way better. This movie should have been way better. This was Probably because everyone's doing it fucking wrong.
Yeah, that's a little throwback to last episode we discussed. They were now going to implement changes to make sure that voters had watched them. And I was like, they haven't done that before?
Yep.
But apparently, yeah, they have a whole website, an app, and everything that tracks if you watched it. But these motherfuckers do it like they're doing Walmart intro onboarding videos. Like, press play, mute the tab, and fucking play on Twitter or whatever. It's crazy. These guys are voting for like Oscars and shit and Academy Awards, and mind blowing. I don't understand it. I feel like this should be an honor to do that, not a chore, you know? I don't know.
It's honestly so fucking nuts, dude. Like, it really is.
It doesn't make any sense.
You know what makes me so fucking happy, dude?
What's that?
Sinners has officially earned $161 million worldwide so far. The film is now projected to earn at least $300 million worldwide overall, making it one of the biggest original films of the past decade.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, Ryan Coogler, Keys of the Kingdom. There you go, my friend. You earned it. Fucking A, dude. It's great.
I imagine Jonathan Majors sitting at home like White Goodman at the end of Dodgeball, because he's like, I should have been in this movie.
Spare me, you know.
Yeah, he's like, Michael B. Jordan.
Fuck you, Chuck Norris. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's how I imagine Jonathan Majors.
Fuck you,
today.
twin of Michael B. Jordan.
He's sitting there wearing the hat. I should have been in it.
It should have been me.
Oh shit. Last real topic I have for the day. I was watching Avatar with my daughter, and we watched the episode The Blue Spirit. The one where obviously Aang gets captured by the Yuyan archers.
Yes.
Great fucking episode. Love the Yuyan archers, dude. So anyway, we get to the end of the episode, and it flashes to the credits, and it says directed by Dave Filoni. And
the Star Wars director?
So my brain said, that's crazy that there were two people named Dave Filoni that work in this space. And so then I went to Safari, and I'm just like Googling, and damn, Dave Filoni. Somehow I didn't know this. I'm sure this is common knowledge to everybody in the world. Dave Filoni directed 8 episodes of season 1 and impacted a major part of the art style for the show when he was part of the show in season 1. He directed episode 1, The Boy in the Iceberg. Episode 2, The Avatar Returns. Episode 6, In Prison, which is Haru.
Yes.
Fuck that episode.
Yeah.
Episode 10, Jet.
Love it.
Episode 13, The Blue Spirit. 14, Fortune Teller. Episode 17, The Northern Air Temple. And episode 20, Siege of the North Part 2, the finale. I did not fucking know Dave Filoni, and it is that Dave Filoni. Like, he directed most of the bangers of season 1, impacted the art style, and then I also saw, just by Googling that he's done official, like, Avatar Star Wars crossover art with Appa as Chewbacca, Han Solo, Sokka, Anakin Skywalker, Aang, like Leia is Katara type of shit. It's just fucking Uncle Iroh is Yoda. Like, and it's official art drawn by him and everything. I had no fucking clue. Somehow, I'm probably the only Avatar fan in the world that didn't know Dave Filoni was a major part of the birth of Avatar, but
dude, Uncle Iroh
blew my mind, dude.
Beautiful, dude.
It blew my mind.
Happy. Uncle Iroh's Yoda is amazing.
Yeah, dude, that art looks so fucking awesome.
Yeah, this is the same level of John Favreau, where it's like, hey man, you know he directed Iron Man and stuff like that, and the live action Lion King. You're like, really? He's like, yeah, but did you know he was an actor at first? And you're like, what'd he do? And you're like, well, Couples Retreat, and
did a
then
food truck movie.
Yeah. It was called Chef. And then he did I Love You Man with Paul Rudd and Jason Segel.
Yeah.
He did The Replacements, that football movie that I've talked so highly about with Gene Hackman and motherfucking Keanu Reeves. Like,
hell yeah.
He's done so much other than Happy Hogan and Iron Man that people were like, oh, wait, I forgot. That's the same level of like, oh, sick, dude. That's awesome. Yeah. Shout out Dave Filoni, dude. What an absolute legend, man.
What a fucking guy.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the podcast because I know I have. I have been Doug. He has been Ray. And right now, we have not seen the Thunderbolts movie, but best believe next time you see us, we will have, and I cannot wait. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Doug. He's been Ray. Drink plenty of water. Be safe, and we'll see you guys next time.
Hey, what happened? Why are those squiggles on the screen?
Those are called end credits, Patrick.
End credits? But I don't want it to end!